Namaskar, I'm Dr. Jay Madan and I'm going to talk about a very sensitive topic, that is gender equality. Because I thought I'm going to talk about gender equality, why shouldn't I wear something black and white? This reminds me of a beautiful symbol of yin and yang, which actually represents the male and the female energy. Now what if the yin and yang symbol wasn't balanced, there was more of black or more of white? Would have actually created the same impact? Not at all. This is how life should be, balanced between left hemisphere and right hemisphere of mind. That is how the whole balanced personalities and the balanced societies will be developed when we have balance between men and women, not just in the matters of rights, in the matters of financial equality, in the matters of getting similar structure of payment for the similar kind of job, which doesn't happen. And when we see the world economics, the countries which have more women working or equal women working are more developed. So if we have 45 to 50% of women in our country who should be working and aren't working, imagine so much of pressure on a man. Now we understand all that, but we are not willing to do anything about it. I myself have visited a lot of villages, especially in Rajasthan, Jhunjhunu. There when I used to talk to people, I used to realize that people have a certain budget, for private schools for the boys in the family, but not for the girls in the family. And when you ask them, you question them that both are your children, why are you doing this disparity? Why aren't girls in the family also getting the similar kind of good education? You know what answer they gave? देखिए ये तो लड़की है, she is a girl, she'll get married and add value to somebody else. Imagine this, you aren't giving good education to your girls, you aren't giving good lifestyle to your girls, because whatever you're going to give to them is going to get value addition in the in-laws family, not in your own family. I mean, this is what love, family, parents or unconditional love is supposed to be. That's not right. This is about the segment where education is lacking. Let me talk about the section of society where there's a lot of money, there's education also. They send their girls outside to study also. But the moment girl is 21 or 22, after her college education is completed, they start looking for matches. Acha ghar mil jaye. The moment she gets a good respectable family, a family which can afford her expenses, she doesn't have to work. And they ask questions. What is the need for a girl to work when the husband can support her? It is not about husband being supporting you. It is about why can't you do it? There's something very personal I believe in. I also got married at the age of 21. I was a mother when I was 21. And I was asked the similar question the day I decided that I have to work. The questions that came across me were like, "Kaam kyun karna hai? What will people think? Why do you have to work? That we can't afford you?" So if a woman steps out and work, people think that there's a problem in the family. The father isn't supporting or the husband isn't supporting. That's not how we should be thinking in life. And when women actually step out and work for their own ambition, for their own credibility, for their own happiness, then they have to give answers, they have to give justification. And as women are designed, to be perfect, to be peaceful, what they think? We shouldn't work because this is going to raise issues in the family. They're going to be some issues, or they're going to be some irritations in the family, they're going to be some disputes in the family. And I tell each and every woman, whether you have to work for money or you have to work for passion, whatever might be your reason, whenever a woman steps out and work and she tries to be ambitious, she tries to achieve more than she's thought to achieve, there has to be some rifts. It's like a train is tracking or is just going on the same track. If there is going to be change in the track, there is going to be some issues, some little discomfort, and that is how things do change track. There is going to be some friction in it and you have to face it, but with complete assertiveness. I tell women, you can be assertive without being aggressive. There is a slight difference, but a very, very major difference. If you are assertive that you have to do it, no matter whatever it is, you need to calm down in your attachments, in your whole system conditioning. You have to break the whole conditioning of being a nurturer to the family. You have to be the provider and the nurturer both. Now imagine, two people are married. They're married in the same system. They're married to each other. One goes out and earn, the other also goes out and earn. She's independent, she's working. Now this woman comes back home, take care of the children's education, make food, feed them, take care of the relatives, make 200 phone calls. What about the man? He's only earning, coming back, switching on TV, watching cricket match and chill. That is not equality. Women have to ask for it. I always remember a quote, there's a saying in Hindi कि बच्चा जब तक रोता नहीं है माँ दूध भी नहीं देती है. So till the time a child doesn't cry, mother doesn't even realize that she has to provide the child with milk. Similarly, till the time you don't ask for it, you will not get it. So gender equality in the matters of your job, gender equality, the way people treat you at home, gender equality should be there. Equality should be there with the way your children treat a father and a mother in the home. We tell our children, no, don't speak in that tone to your father. Why? Because father is providing. Well, mother is also nurturing. Even if you're not going out and earning, you're nurturing, you're taking care of the family. So respect has to be for women and men both equally. Things that a man can do, a woman can also do. The mental acumen is same. Even if the physical acumen is less, women are provided or naturally gifted with more emotional aspect, which men don't have. We have seen a beautiful poster of Ardhanarishwar, that is Shiv and Shakti together. We do puja of Shivji. We go to every temple and pour water and milk on it. Tons and tons of milk has been poured. But we don't understand a simple aspect of what Shiv and Shakti is. It is about equality. It is about bringing the opposite sex to the equal platform. If we understand this beautiful concept, we will try and understand what Hinduism tried to give to us. Now there are a lot of other religious barriers also that women get. If you have periods or you're going through menstruational phase, you will not go to the temple. People don't ask why. The problem in our system is that we don't ask why. These systems were made years and years, hundreds of years back, when there was no sanitization, there was no hygiene, there were no sanitary napkins. Temples were 20 or 30 miles away from the houses. It was outside or at the one corner of the villages. Women had to walk down. All these systems were laid down then. They are not valid or they are not applicable now. But the problem here is that the moment we have something put in by our system, we don't ask questions. This is one thing I would request every woman and every man to do. The moment you are put into a certain conditioning, stop, ask question, don't revolt, ask question. If they logically satisfy you, if they satisfy you in today's time, in today's modern, do follow it, or else time to change. So for anything, any equality to come out in the society, it has to start from our family, from our home. When we give permission to the boys of the family to go out on a drive or out on a vacation with your friends because they are boys of the family, the equal rights should be given to the girls of the family. The boys should be respectable and should be taught to be respectable to every girl, be it the sister, friend, teacher. We have to teach our boys to be more respectful, not girls to be more conservative. This is a little change we need to start from today on in our family, from our lives. This is how it will reach out to the society, and only when you will do and talk about equality in your house, it will leave the impact outside. What we experience, and when we say out of our experience, it has a different fragrance. I hope with this we can bring a change in our parliamentary system, into our women who are there as MPs and MLAs. This all has to change, and when we give more seats to women, we give more jobs to women, definitely more women will be educated and will go out and work. Can't we all be together in this and do this as a nation, to grow together, to come up together and We just shouldn't be talking about equality. We have to practice it also. We are the country which believe in giving respect to Devi. And what are we giving to women outside? They are also Devis. So what we preach, what we follow, what we practice, let's bring it to our daily lives as well. Not just let's talk about equality. Think about it, follow it, and make other people do it as well. I hope you have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you, Rotary, for bringing this sensitive topic up above on the surface, and let's all of us talk about it and implement in our lives. Take care.